In Season 4, the S-36 is finally getting nerfed.
What's good, everybody? My name is Bonbon, and today I am back with you with another Call of Duty mobile video. Today I'll be talking about a very important question in Call of Duty mobile right now, which is, what are the best guns? Especially after this interesting update and with the new improvements and nerfs made to the guns in-game. For example, if you didn't know, the Type 25, which was a very good gun, it was nerfed down to the ground. Or actually, no, the S-36 was nerfed down to the ground. So rest in peace. Also, the MSMC's recoil was insanely nerfed. Which brings us to the question that we've all been thinking, in case you guys haven't seen any other YouTubers by now. What are the top 10 guns in Call of Duty Mobile? Well, I have made my own personal tier list that I pretty much have been thinking and testing around while I've been playing this game for a bit. I've originally planned on releasing this video earlier, but the more I played this game and tested out all the different guns, my opinions have switched and changed throughout the course of this video. First, I have to make things clear. These are all opinion based and how I feel towards a gun. It is not statistically correct or factually correct. This is just my personal opinion. The only thing that really qualifies me is that I've been playing this game for a while, I am legendary ranked, and I pretty much play this game religiously. So, this was very difficult. Well, actually, this whole list was difficult. For my number 10 spot best gun in the game, which excludes snipers, LMGs, and shotguns and pistols, they basically are excluded. I don't think they are worthy enough to be in this tier list. Besides the snipers, snipers are good, but they're mostly high skill requirements to be a sniper. So, without any further ado, I believe that the top 10 spot or gun in this game is none other than the M4. It's pretty simple. The M4 is just a solid, decent gun. I mean, that makes no sense, but it has fairly decent stats. It has really good recoil. Its range is terrific. If you just need a reliable gun that will probably never let you down, it's probably the M4. But it's not as high or good enough to get you by in ranked or better players. So that is why it is at my 10th spot. Hey, at least it made it this far. This is a very interesting pick, but I'm sure that you guys will all agree on this. And for my 9th spot, I have to put the PDW in 9th place. The PDW is a really good, reliable SMG that is just pretty solid. You put a suppressor on it and it'll still be very strong, especially in Search and Destroy. I love it just because of how much recoil that it has, which is little to none. You rock that with an iron sights and you got yourself a fully silenced laser. It has a huge clip. It deals pretty good damage up close, even to long or medium range, and it has little to no recoil, so it's a solid weapon. What can I say? It's a PDW, guys. Come on, how can you not like it? Alright, so for my 8th place, things kind of get complicated here, which is no surprise, but the 8th place or an 8th spot in my tier list has to go to the Type 25. Oh, we knew it was coming, you know, it was inevitable. The Type 25 was so good that they had to nerf it. I mean, okay, many of you guys may disagree on me on how the Type 25 still performs fairly well and it is still very strong. I mean, the recoil didn't change, just the damage in the short range or the close range damage. And, you know, I really tried to make the Type 25 good, but I just could feel that difference. In that close quarter combat, it just takes a little bit more bullets to take someone down, and I just did not like that. And although it is still a very decent gun, it is not as high tier as it used to be, which is for the bigger boys that are up in the higher spots. Sadly, it is number 8. And now for the 7th spot in this tier list, I have to give it to the AK-47. Wow, I mean, you guys could argue that the Type 25 is better than this, but to me, I feel like its close quarter combat damage or close range damage is slightly better than the Type 25, and its range is fairly well, although I'd probably use it as a close range gun just because of how jacked the recoil is, and although it did get a little minor buff to the stability, it's hardly noticeable. Like, honestly, I just think that the Type 25 went lower than it, so that's why this is here. To be honest, I still don't know if the AK-47 belongs there. Which brings up to my other topic. Although I am discussing the current guns, unlockable guns in the game, I have not touched upon the HVK-30 or the GKS or the Man of War, which I might add, these three guns, they seem pretty game breaking. So this is just the current tier list that is unlockable in game, and I'll be sure to be updating this list once you can unlock all three of them. Now that I may continue. Now for my 6th spot, I have to give it to the MSMC. Huh, but Bonbon, I thought you said the MSMC was nerfed and that it is no longer good. Well, it is no longer good in medium or long range. That's pretty obvious. It still holds its spot in the #1 fastest time to kill, close range. Its recoil got jacked horizontally and vertically, but the damage remains the same. So, although you need to get up and personal to everyone's face to win the fight, it still wins. Despite having this major nerf to the MSMC, I find it very useful when it comes down to close quarter combat maps like Nuketown, Summit. Do not try to engage medium to long range fights because the recoil is unpredictable and retarded. Like, once you get that medium range, you're probably gonna lose because your chances of killing them sharply decreases. The MSMC, bottom line, it's still strong, but not ridiculously strong. So now we're in the big boys spot, which is from 5th to 1st. And this is very interesting because some of these guns I had never imagined in my wildest dreams being up here. So let's kick it off with number 5. For my 5th spot, it has to go to the none other than the LK-24. Wow, from 0 to hero. I mean, talk about a tiny buff that gave it the spot to number 5. It received a tiny damage, consistent damage for longer range. I mean, it got better damage overall, basically, or consistent damage, that is, and I feel like it is actually good. I tested it out, and wow, what a laser beam, because this gun was already a laser, but it finally got the damage that it deserved. I completely agree 100% that it needs a damage buff, and it got exactly what it needed. So try it out. If you haven't, the LK-24 is a laser beam. You can kill anyone from short to long range. Although you won't win as much short range fights, you'll definitely win those long range fights because it is a laser. Alright, this is interesting, but not that much people agree with me, but I think that the 4th spot should go to the KN-44. Although many free-to-play players grinded it out and probably don't really use it, I don't really see a whole lot of it. The gun is really strong because it has very good damage and it has pretty decent recoil. So that already makes it better than the Type 25, which is not that good anymore. If anything, it's a better AK-47 just because of its better recoil control, and I feel like it has way more potential that you could unlock with this gun. The damage is definitely more noticeable than some of the other guns, and I just don't see a lot of people talking about this gun, and I feel like it deserves some respect because it's actually really good. I assume the legendary version is way better, but you know, rest in peace to the empty wallet free-to-plays.
Who cannot afford it.
Hey, even the free-to-play version, free-to-play skin is good. So use this gun. Try it. It's really good. Alright, so we are in the championship round. And I know this may trigger some people, or many of you, I don't know, I don't care. But this is what I feel has stuck with me and impressed me the most consistently. That I would definitely use these guns in my 3 loadouts on a daily basis. So, starting off with number 3, I have to put the RUS. Wow. I feel like this is the new best SMG in the game. I mean, it's just so well rounded, and it has that high damage capability from medium to long range, which is a huge plus. It's basically a mini AK-117 but just a little bit faster mobility, higher mobility. The reason being, I think that this deserves the number 3 spot is because of its versatility. Being that it's an SMG, it has the capabilities of an AR, it has very good mobility, like I said, very good damage and rate of fire. Its recoil is manageable, it isn't anything crazy, it's mostly vertical recoil, which is already easier to control and more predictable. The RUS has been proven so consistent, I pushed with it to get to legendary. The bottom line is the RUS is so versatile and reliable that if you don't know how strong it is, try it out, because I'm pretty sure you unlock it very early on in the game, so that's very good that you get to unlock one of the best guns in the game early on. So this is my opinions on it, and that it is highly powerful, so use it. So that was number 3, and this is no surprise, but surprising at the same time. My second spot has to go to the AK-117. Wow, it's starting to make its comeback, man. As soon as that Type 25 left, the AK-117 reclaims its throne. Well, second in line. I feel like the AK-117 is just such a versatile weapon. I know I kind of sound redundant, but the top 3 guns are very good and versatile, and especially the AK-117. Like, what situation is this gun not good at? It has a very high rate of fire, fairly good damage consistently through range, medium to long range. Its recoil is very manageable and stable, although even with its nerfs made back in season 2 or 3, it's starting to come back. The Fallen King is making its comeback, although I don't think that it will last for long, just because, like I said, these new guns coming to season 4 are going to be insane. But I feel like the AK-117 deserves the second spot in the best gun in the whole game because of its versatility. This gun is good in every situation, no matter how you put it. It's just good. It's the better version of the M4. Everyone knows how good this gun is, so AK-117, it's making its comeback. And for the moment that you've all been waiting for, the first and best gun in COD Mobile, it is none other than the Striker.
What?
I'm joking. It is the ASM-10, man. What? The ASM-10 is currently the best gun, and you could say that it's kind of a bandwagon, and maybe it's heavily overhyped. Personally, I kind of feel that it's slightly overhyped just because it just barely makes the best gun. The reason why this gun is the best gun in the game is because of its ability to kill someone in 3 shots, or maybe 2. Although the MSMC will probably kill you in close range first, if you're really good with the ASM-10, you could probably kill the MSMC player because its damage output, it's super good. It received this huge buff that made it game-changing, almost game-breaking, which I heard that it's going to receive a nerf very soon. So the ASM-10 can enjoy the throne of number 1 for now into the new guns and its nerf. So this gun is everywhere in ranked, man. I feel like its recoil has gotten a lot better. Its damage output is really crazy. Its mobility is a little lackluster, but you could compensate with some stock or lightweight or shulker. There's other perks that you can compensate for this gun. There's a lot of good attachments that work on it, but not the suppressor. Maybe if you run vertical, quick draw, and maybe a fast mag, it runs fairly well. Iron sight, that's preference, but it'll help you aim down sight a little quicker. Personally, I run agile with it. There's really not much to be said about the ASM-10. Because if you keep up with the game, you already know how good it is, man. It is crazy good. What did you expect it was? That it was honestly the buy 15. But all jokes aside, this has been my tier list for COD Mobile as of right now, which is pre-Battle Pass season 4. And I hope that you enjoyed this video, and let me know if you agree with me or if you have anything that you have contrary to my list. What do you think is the best guns in the game? Let me know in the comments below. Like and subscribe, that'll be helpful for me, and I appreciate all of your comments that you write to me. I read them all. Yeah, I hope you guys find this video useful. So what I want to say is, although the ASM-10 is the best gun in the game right now, it doesn't mean that you should only use that. These are I gave the top 10 best guns in the game just because I feel like you should be using all of them because they are all good in different situations. The ASM-10 is very strong in close quarter combat, while the LK is strong in long range. These guns are good on specific maps and specific locations, so you never know, because the MSMC could be better than ASM-10. It's not the gun, it depends how you use it, but that's not the point. And that's all I have to say, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.